This bear market cleanse is almost complete, and I am so excited for us to return back into this bull run after we finish getting our buy orders filled, accumulating here at the bottom of the bear market. What an amazing opportunity. Generational entries. And this is why our community is going to win, because we're still here, we're still focused and locked in, and we're letting our brokers fill our orders, fill our bags, so we can go make that 5-bagger, that 10-bagger that's coming this next bull run. So let's get you tapped in. It's Sunday. I wanted to make a quick update, just talking about how we're finishing up this bear market. A very healthy cleanse, a very healthy purge has taken place this bear market, just like every crypto bear market. This is my third. We've seen it before. And the setup is wipe out everybody, capitulate, liquidate everybody, get them out, while the largest asset managers and institutions and banks and governments in the world go full on into digital assets. $13 trillion asset manager Charles Schwab calls for U.S. Senate to pass the Crypto Clarity Act. They're joined by Fidelity. They're joined by the Fraternal Order of Police. You have law enforcement groups, the largest banks and institutions. Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon saying pass the Clarity Act now. Now, if it's good enough for the banks and these institutions, it should be good enough, I think, for the folks in D.C. to get a deal done. We'll be watching very closely because next week, right, we're right here at the final countdown. We have 2 weeks to go before the Senate is going to be on recess, August 7th. So watching that Clarity Act drama, all part of wrapping up this bear market as well. Take advantage of that. But we have another bottom signal coming in overnight. This time it is Bitmart. So Bitmart joining BitMEX and a few other projects and exchanges and platforms that are shutting down during this bear market. This is the second crypto exchange to shut down in under a week. And I'm just here to tell you guys that this is another bottom signal. Bitmart's crypto token, BMX, collapses over 60% after the exchange announces it is shutting down. Send all this crap to zero. I told you guys these exchange tokens, they don't have much utility outside of supplementing, juicing liquidity, juicing rewards on the exchange. And that, is a loop that eventually ends, right? It's incentives that eventually run out. And ultimately, this is healthy. This is a purge. This is a cleanse, right? We're on a fast right now. We're getting rid of all of this bad, and it's exchanges. It's the digital asset treasury companies. Jack Mahler's having to step down. Good, healthy. Nothing against Jack. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he's nice. The stock's down 90%. Probably should be down to zero. Maybe I shouldn't interject my comments. I don't know. Maybe I should just report the news. You guys like it when I keep it real, though. Which is calling out this BS. Which is calling out the fraud. Which is calling out the lies. Which is calling out exchange tokens with no utility outside of juicing and incentivizing users to show up. BitMEX, send it to zero. Bitmart, goodbye. Good. I mean, this is healthy. Now, are they going to get sued like BitMEX is for liquidating their users, allegedly hunting them down and liquidating their users? Allegedly. Yeah. Like I said, for me, this is all great. I don't use these offshore exchanges. These are long-standing offshore exchanges, and many people have been questioning some of the activity that's been going over there, right? But this is good. Hedge funds liquidated. Good. They got over leveraged. They went too far. Digital asset treasury companies getting liquidated. Good, healthy, good purge. Jack Mahler's stepping down. The Bitcoin digital asset treasury company backed by Mark Moss shutting down, returning capital. Healthy, good. Love it. We're wrapping up this bear market. And during 2022, right, when FTX went down, it brought in the low. When Luna collapsed in May of 2022, it brought in the XRP low in June. For that cycle, June of 2022. And then when FTX collapsed, that was closer to November, or it was in November of 2022, that brought in the Bitcoin bear market, okay? And now XRP didn't go hit a new low, but it did come back down to about 32 cents. And then it came back down to 32 cents one last time in January of 23, and that was it. You had about half a dozen taps on that support level between 28 cents, which was the bear market low June 2022. And then it came back down to that level about half a dozen times between then and January of 2023. Same setup. We already went down to $1.01, which plays out the whole meme that I think plays out this bear market, where XRP for a brief moment might dip below $1 for a quick moment. Everybody gets to make the meme. Everybody gets to make fun of Ripple. Everybody gets to make fun of XRP bag holders because XRP will be worth than RLUSD for 1 minute. And it makes the meme. It plays out the story. The market makers are hunting it down because I think they want to make a mockery of us and make fun of us. That's okay. We got our buy orders waiting. And we see now this played out the last bear market. Very similar setup because we didn't get the Clarity Act done. We didn't have this purge taking place. This purge should have happened years ago. This is all great and fantastic news. Now, the price action to the downside has been painful. It's been a year of downward price action, but that's all about to change. One more. World's former largest Bitcoin mining pool, Poolin, files for bankruptcy. So Bitcoin mining pools, at one time, they were the largest. They have they only have $1 million of assets and $500 million in liabilities. So when you look behind the curtain on what was going on a lot of these operations, they needed to go to zero. This is where they belong. And, obviously sympathies for anybody that's caught up in the mess. But you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. When you were playing around with some of these programs and platforms, these offshore exchanges that are sketchy as heck, this is what happens. So large mining pools going down, digital asset treasury companies going down, hedge funds going down, right? Exchanges going down. It's telling you one simple message. The bottom is almost in, or very well could be in, on XRP, but the bottom is almost in on Bitcoin and the broader crypto market, and this thing's about to turn around quickly. I put out the tweet this morning. Our bear market cleanse is almost complete. Stay the course. And if you missed my video from yesterday, I broke down, you guys got to check this one, because I broke down the 8 amendments that are coming to the XRP ledger. Did a little slideshow for yesterday's video. If you missed it, we got batch transactions allowing you to bundle up to 8 transactions in one atomic action. We have zero knowledge proof, privacy coming to the XRP ledger with confidential transfers, sponsored fees and reserves. This allows platforms to pay the 1 XRP onboarding fee to create an XRP wallet. So it basically allows for easier onboarding to the XRP ledger for these platforms. Permission delegation grants specific accounts permission without giving up full control. Nice middle ground between multi-sig and full custody. Dynamic multi-purpose tokens lets tokens carry mutable fields, updatable after launch. So this allows you to add, make those multi-purpose tokens have a few different features and evolving token terms. That's important for tokenization on the XRP ledger. Bundled fix is arriving. That's actually already past the 80% vote. That's set to go live here in about 2 days. Single asset vault paired up with the lending protocol are the two biggest ones that I'm watching. The single asset vault will allow you to put XRP, RLUSD, or any other token on the XRP ledger in a pooled container. And then you'll be able to apply that with the lending protocol for fixed term, uncollateralized loans built on top of vaults, on-chain credit, off-chain underwriting built for institutions. And, I mention this after we follow up reporting that exchanges are shutting down. The beauty of the XRP ledger is we have a DEX. All these platforms could go down and we could still utilize the XRP ledger decentralized exchange, right? And many of these projects fought so hard to get listed on these exchanges, only for these exchanges to be shut down. And then maybe you don't have any support going forward, right? So that's where we come back to the DEX. We'll always have the DEX to revert back to, which is why I think that everybody should familiarize yourself with the DEX. And especially if all you want to do is just put your XRP to work, earn some yield on your XRP, etc. Now, thankfully, we do have a couple good platforms that are still around. That would include my sponsor, iTrust Capital. They're not going anywhere. They are fully in compliance with the laws and regulations as it stands now, and they will be fully in compliance for the Clarity Act as well, too. They're not going anywhere. And they're still giving you that $100 funding bonus. So use my link down below. Get in there, create your account, get it funded, and get that $100 funding bonus. That can buy you another 100 XRP or so. They have the retirement fund product for the IRA, premium custody account, and the treasury account. I've created the premium custody account so far. I'll be creating a couple other accounts as well, too. Might even make a couple IRAs for my children. That's going to be interesting. Love this company, their platform. Love what they've built for us. Free institutional grade custody, no AUM fees, and US-based customer support. They're not going to leave you hanging like some of these other platforms. So we really appreciate that. I did want to let you guys know, too, before we check out, that my buy orders have been getting filled. So Zebec filled it up. Yeah, we filled up Zebec again down here at 0.0018. I had my buy order here at 0.0019. And we got so close here on Thursday to my order filling. And I started to get a little bit of FOMO. Oh, crap, maybe my order's not going to fill. But I stayed patient, let that market come back to us. And the Zebec has been filled up again. Hyperliquid. I got a buy order on this one too, down here at 56. Almost filled up on Friday. Getting close, waiting for that one to fill up. And then Canton. Canton filled up. Got these orders. We're sitting on Caleb and Brown. So I just picked up more Canton at 12 cents on Caleb and Brown. And then I just picked up more Zebec on Caleb and Brown as well too. And we should also note too that you can pick up Zebec in your IRA at iTrust Capital too now. So we do have Zebec finally made it to iTrust Capital. So that's great as well too. So those are my two favorite platforms, iTrust Capital, Caleb and Brown. The rest of our community resources available at my website. If you appreciate our updates, if you appreciate or are excited about the fact that the bear market cleanse and purge is concluding, I think it's a beautiful site. I think it's very healthy, and it sets up a strong foundation for our next bull run. So for that, smash that thumbs up for me. Stay excited about this crypto opportunity. We're going to make a lot of money. And make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell. Another video is waiting for you right here. The subscribe button for your convenience is right here. Have a good weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.